is a really ugly angle. Ooh. This is literally no better. Fly, sorry. In to all of the let me start again. If you got okay, so we can go with this. This is fine. I don't know how to start a video because I've never done this before. This is my first like video of me like talking to a camera instead of like singing, because I don't really count because... Hi, I'm Alice and obviously I live in the UK, and I thought I would discuss my drama school experience with you guys. So if you are auditioning for drama schools, I think you might want to give it a watch. I'm gonna do it like, I'm gonna make it like a little series and explain my audition for every single audition that I did. Luckily, I literally got the last audition for Arts Ed that they actually had, so I managed to do every single one of my auditions before all this lockdown stuff happened, except for my callback for Mount View for the foundation. That is literally the only one that I did online. I thought I would start with Bird, my first audition that I did. So I'm currently 18 and I'm technically year 13 sort of thing, but I'm about to be first year of uni. So I never did a foundation or anything. So this was my first time ever auditioning for any places. And Bird was my first one, and I did it really, really early. I did it in October. I would recommend putting in your applications for everything so early because it's so much easier than waiting months and then having them like so close together. Just not for me. Personally, I had them like, I split them out so that if I, for example, then if I did a song and then I didn't like it, I could then change it and still have like a month to be able to prepare for the next one, so that I could prepare the song that I did want to do next. Though I understand if people want to just get it over and done with, like October, bang them all out, but it's just not that simple because then you don't have a chance to change something if you don't like it. Okay, so I'm going to discuss my whole day and walk you through pretty much what happened so that you guys know what to expect and what to wear and everything. My first initial thing, I live in Suffolk, so I was like an hour and 15 minutes away from Bird. We drove up the night before and then we stayed over in Sidcup. I'd already been to the open day and it seemed like the whole place just had such a nice atmosphere. Out of all the open days I went to, I thought it had the nicest atmosphere and everyone seemed so friendly, and that really shocked me because I saw so many different places and the two that I loved were Trinity Laban and Bird, and that was so unexpected for me because I thought I'd be like all for GSA, and I don't know what it was, but I just didn't feel it. And I feel like you do just get a feeling for a place, and for me, I'm a very like bubbly person and I'm more of a singer-actor, which is quite weird that I got these vibes from Bird because Bird's more of like a dancey sort of thing. I was very confused by the fact, and I said to my mum, if I got somewhere else, I definitely wouldn't come here. And then it came to it after the open day, and I said to my mum, I can see myself going there. I don't know how, and I don't know why, because I'd already been to other open days, and I was like, I just love it. And the main guy, oh, I love him. His name is Lewis, and I'm pretty sure he's the best person to ever grace this earth. On the day, we initially walked in and we got split into 3 groups. So I was doing my acting and singing first, which, thank you, Lord. I love to be able to do that because then for the rest of the day I can just chill out and just try and attempt the dance sort of thing. We all were separated into groups. We got put in this big room. It was not a very nice room actually. It was like all black. I don't know. It wasn't that nice, but it was fine. It was just a room. And everyone seemed to know each other from Erdang already because they'd already done the Erdang audition. Oh my god. I literally sat by myself. I was like, oh my god, no one's going to talk to me. This is so awkward. And literally I was just by myself, but it was fine. I didn't really expect to know anyone, so it was fine. And then we basically, after being put in 3 groups, we all got put in that group in the room, and then people all got changed and stuff and got ready for their singing and their acting and their dancing. And so 2 groups went off. I was left in the room with like not that many people. I don't know, probably about 15 of us. We were basically all just going out for the singing and the acting. And you do the singing and the acting all together. Not all together, as in like you do the singing and the acting in one bit, but you're in a single room. That was so confusing. I made it really awkward. And then for my singing and acting, I wore some character shoes and my character skirt. And I only did that because of Mabel Chilton is like old. That's not the correct way of putting it, but like it's not a really contemporary monologue. It's quite an older monologue. I don't even know when it's from. I should probably find that out. Oh, it's set in 1895. So that kind of indicates. So I thought, okay, I need to character shoes because like characterising the walk of her. And then also think of me, she'll be wearing like small heels, wouldn't she? So I just wore character shoes and my black character shoes. And that worked perfectly fine. We basically, so you get just called out, and the second years, they're so lovely. Don't worry. If you don't know anyone, it's absolutely fine because you have the second years there and they'll chat to you, and they were thankfully so lovely. I didn't get that all the places, but they were so friendly and they were so helpful. So I got my name called out of the group. I was like probably nearer the end really, and I was starting to get really worried. I was like, oh my god, they're not gonna call me. Am I in the wrong group? And I'd missed my dance school. But I got called out and I was waiting outside the room. And this is one thing that really stood out to me at Bird, and it was so lovely. It was such a little thing, but I was standing outside the room and they could clearly see I was pissing myself. I was so nervous because it was like my first audition, and I was like, there's no chance in hell they're gonna like me. I am too quirky. I know I don't look quirky, I look like the basic drama theatre nerd. I was a brick. I really was. And these 2 random girls just came up to me. I'm like, good luck, you're gonna be so good, don't worry about it. And I'm not joking. From then on I was like, it was just so sweet. And then another 2, like couple of people, 3 people came past, and they were all saying like good luck, and they were like, oh, don't worry about it, it's fine. I also had a 3rd year, I don't know what his name is. I really want to find out. My friend knows him because he already goes there, he's near above, so he's already there for a year. He so stood out to me. We were just chatting outside the room and I was like, oh my god, there is no chance I'm getting in because I can't dance. And he was like, I couldn't dance either. Like, I am not a dancer, I'm more of an actor-singer, and he was just trying to like chill me out, and he was so lovely, and we were just like laughing about it all, and I was like, oh my god, all the things I'm gonna do wrong when I get in there, because it's inevitable. I then got called into the room, and me, being me, oh, bless my heart, the first thing I did was I wouldn't expect there to be a chair in front of me, and I literally walked straight into the chair. Oh my god. Of course. That was just the initial thing. I went, hi. You're meant to be, I went to a course for a week at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland for an audition preparation week for like 5 days, and they basically tell you what to do at auditions. And they were like, okay, what you do is you calmly walk in with your books, you say hello, and then you answer their questions, and then politely go to the piano and then ask them to do their cuts, and you have to have them perfectly done, and then come back in the centre and wait for them to say anything to you. Not what I did. Everything just went out the window, and I walked in and went, hello, and they were like, okay, hi, are you okay? I was just like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm really nervous, I don't know why I'm doing this voice, I'm so awkward. At this point, I was like, well, I'm not in, I don't know what I'm doing. And they were laughing with me, luckily, thank God. They were embracing the weird quirkiness of me, thank God. And he just went, you're very theatrical, aren't you? I was like, this is Lewis. I was actually like, yes, sorry, I'll try and calm down, but it's just, I'm really, really, really scared. And he was like, that's fine, you can go give your stuff to the pianist. And so I put my stuff down with the pianist, and he was like, do you want to do the acting first. You just have to do one 1 minute monologue, which, oh thank God, and they don't make you do Shakespeare. Thank you. I just want to say thank you for that, because little dyslexic me, not a single place that I did my Shakespeare at went well. They were like, okay, your 1 minute monologue, and I was doing Mabel Chiltern from An Ideal Husband, by Oscar Wilde, and I love that monologue. I took so long figuring out which one I wanted to do, and they normally say like do a contemporary monologue. Is it just me, or does everyone do such depressing monologues? They're like, oh my God, you shot my husband, and it's like, Jesus Christ, chill out. I walked in, I was doing one about this girl, and she like sits down and goes, oh Gertrude, I wish you would talk to Tommy. It's not like yourself laughing, it's more like funny, witty Oscar Wilde banter. So uncool. And luckily they were laughing with me, and I was like, perfect, this is good, this is good. I'm liking the feeling between us. And then they said, do you have a song? And as you can tell, I'm not a normal person. So most people would either do like a really dramatic ballad and then do a really upbeat contemporary one. I decided to do Think of Me from Phantom of the Opera, but I didn't do it how you would do it, because there's no funny songs, and that's where I more thrive, is more comedy. For like really top sopranos, because I'm a proper top soprano. So I did that, but I made her a psychopath. When I say that, that's probably not the correct term. I made her just a little bit like crazy. So she was more obsessed with a guy. When you listen to the lyrics, you'll understand what I mean. Like if you read them through, they are really weird, like really weird. So yeah, that's what I did, which they found really funny, thank God, because if they didn't, I would have been screwed. But we only had to prepare one song. They said only prepare, I think, like 2 minutes of a song. So I did that, and that was absolutely fine. Good, they laughed at it. And then they said, do you have any other songs? And I was expecting them to say something like that, but you never actually think they're going to say it, because you think, I'm never even going to get to that point. And I also didn't know that was a good thing, that if they want you to say more, that means it's a good thing. I had no idea. I thought it was a bad thing, because I thought it's like, my first one wasn't good enough, so they don't really care. But that's apparently not true. So if they ask you to do a second song, that's a good thing. I said I have pulled. I know it's a basic song, but I can't belt to save my life. I'm so bad at belting. I know it's not a contrasting character to the one that I've already done, but it's a contrasting style. They were a bit hesitant towards it, and I was like, oh God, this is not going well. And they were like, okay, try it. They made me do it, and I was trying to do like a belt mix, because your girl can't belt. I did that, and then they made me redo it again, and again, and again, and kept on doing it. And then they were giving me different pointers to try and focus on. And yeah, I found it scary, like so scary, but kind of fun in a way. Yeah, it was fun, but also kind of like I want to die sort of thing. The pianist was so good there. Oh my God, the pianist was amazing. I loved him. He was so nice. And so yeah, also another tip, be nice to pianists, because if you're not nice to them, then they're not going to do a good job for you on purpose, are they? Also, have really clearly cut music. That, I cannot stress that enough. Have clearly cut music, because if you don't, the pianist is going to hate you and will probably mess it up, and it's not their fault at all. It is completely your fault. And what can you do? If that all messes up, you're setting yourself up for failure, really. Okay, so this is an example. I did have a sticky note on there as well. But you see, here, I literally have written, cut. Then got this, cut it, cut it. You can see the cuts. Do that, because if it's, the easier it is for the pianist, the better they're going to play it. Oh, my little headshot that I had to take to all of my auditions. Oh, I look disgusting, but that's fine. Oh, also, get one of these things for your music, because pianists will love you for that, because it makes it so much easier for them, because they can literally just do that, and it's so much easier than having to have all of them stuck together. If that's what you have to do, then fair enough, if you don't have one of these, but definitely try your best. And then afterwards, they had like, they said a few different things, and they were like, oh my god, I just remembered what I said. We had like a little, not an interview, but like a tiny little conversation at the end. Well, we were just having a general chat, and we were just saying, oh, where have you applied and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, I've applied for Erdang, Artsed, blah blah blah. Lewis said to me, if you got into all of the drama schools that you've applied for, what would be your first words? And most people would go, oh, well, I would say I would have to weigh up all the odds. I would think about how far it is from my house, and I would think about the vibe that I got, and all this stuff that makes sense. So, but no, I didn't say any of that. I literally said about 3 words. Yeah, I literally said 3 words as my response. So he said, if you got into all of the places, what would be your first words? And I went, that's a surprise. Am I dumb? They laughed, they thought it was really funny. And then I had to explain myself, and I was like, that's a surprise, because no one would. You wouldn't want this. And then it's like, do not do that. Do not put yourself down. You're meant to be bigging yourself up and saying, oh my god, I'm not surprised, like, I'm amazing. But I just can't. I literally was like, well, that would never happen, would it? Let's be honest. And then I came back, and then I was in the room with the rest of the girls that didn't really talk to me very much, and I was talking to the second years, and I literally said, they made me do a second song. I was like, I'm definitely not in because I had to do a second song. All of a sudden, all the girls were like, you had to do a second song? That's actually really... They were all saying how good it was that I had to do a second song, and I was so confused because I was convinced that it was a bad thing. I thought that means that I wasn't good enough on the first song. Apparently not. Then we all had lunch, and then we got to the dance thing. Oh boy! I am not a dancer. Then in dance, I wore my bright pink leotard. Where is it? Here it is. Is it this one? Well, it was this colour anyway. It was this colour leotard. And then some black dance tights over the top. Like footless black dance tights. And I had foot thongs on. Not that they do anything, but they make me feel like I know what I'm doing. Anyone else? What the hell? What are they meant to do? They're meant to, like, not hurt your feet. But does anyone get that thing where they, like, slip down? I won't show you my feet because that's just a bit grim. But does anyone else get when they, like, slip down your feet? What's that all about? Maybe I'm getting too big a size. That might be it. It's probably my fault, to be honest. But anyway, that's what I wore. And we did various styles of dance. Bearing in mind, I'm not a good dancer. Like, at all. So we did a ballet exercise. We did lots of warm-ups, loads of warm-ups. And then we did ballet. We did musical theatre jazz. We did commercial. I've never done commercial before, and it was absolutely horrendous. It was so bad. Was that it? I think maybe that was it. But anyway, so the ballet one, that was fine. I've done loads of ballet. When I say loads, I've done a bit of ballet, so I know what I'm doing to a degree. I could blend in with that one. Okay, so we did the ballet, and we performed the ballet dance with, who was it that I did the ballet dance? Oh, David. Yeah. I think his name was David. I'm not sure if that's correct, but don't hold me to that. But he seemed really nice. After we did ballet, we then did some of the commercial, and I can't do it. It's simple as that, really. I don't know what was going on. We was like grabbing it and body popping. Hun, when I say I'm not cool and I can't do commercial, I'm not being like, I can't do commercial. I cannot do it. I'm horrendous. Like, cool just isn't in my nature. I'm just not a cool person. That was it. A time. We learnt it, but we didn't perform it. And then we started doing the musical theatre jazz with Lewis. And I think that's not right. It was a woman, it wasn't Lewis. Oh God, don't hold me to any of this. The musical theatre jazz, that was actually good because it was Welcome to the 60s, and that was great because I knew the song, so that really helped. And so that was I really loved the dance that we did then. And then we had to do like improv. Oh boy. Basically, because it's like, they said there's like 8 counts or like 16 counts, I can't really remember, this is like back in October, of characterisation. And because she's, you know, in Welcome to the 60s, she goes to the not hairdressers, she does go to the hairdressers, but she goes to the shop and she's like in the dressing rooms and she's trying on outfits. They said, okay, you've just tried on an outfit and you're coming out of the dressing room, how are you going to react? They were like, take this as you want. You can be either funny or you can love your outfit, you can hate it, you can have anything you want. And everyone else came out and was like, oh my God, I look amazing. And I was like, so I was like, they did it in rows. So you would have a row, do like 8 counts, and then you would swap over and go to the back, and then the next lot would go. This is constantly throughout it, by the way, even in the ballet and everything. For some reason, I decided that I wouldn't do what everyone else was doing. I decided that I would do the opposite, pretty much, of what they did. I did it as if she was a bit like, wow, oh God, that is terrible. So I played on like the comedy thing. I also went the wrong way straight afterwards, but that was fine. So when you come out the dressing room, you then go to that direction and do a bit of a, ooh, to this thing, and then go over there and do that bit. I just forgot to go that way, went that way. And you know the nice guy from the room for the monologue and singing, he was on the music. He was sat there laughing at me, which was great, thanks. I actually really appreciated him because he was just laughing with me because I was like, oh my God, I've just gone the wrong way. The whole room went that way and I was there going. So yeah, I had to try and play it off and just went with it, but it was fine. We rolled with it, and Lewis was there laughing at me as well, so that was good. Why am I not normal? And then I thought it was pretty much over, and then we came back and had to do the commercial dance. Oh, it was so bad. I literally forgot the whole routine. I got like the first, I don't know, 16 counts, and from then on I just resulted to like really badly twerking. You know the twerking where it's not like normal twerking? I was there going, if in doubt, improvise. And I'm not joking, every single dance move I've ever learnt in my life, right out the window. And the thing is, they said, do 16 counts of improvisation right now. These girls have obviously thought about this and like choreographed and whipped out this stuff that was like amazing. They were like, split leap, high kick, whoosh. And then the girl next to me bloody backflipped. And I literally was there going, because they literally said, impress us, show us what you can do, because this is your time to shine. And I was like, hun, I have nothing to shine with. There is nothing I do will impress you, because you have seen everything. Actually, no, I'm not sure if they have seen everything I've done before. Trust me, it was out in this world. It was diabolical. And the thing is, I couldn't do anything but laugh. When you walk out the room, they're like, thank you. And I was like, thanks for that. Oh my God. I wanted to literally crawl up in a ball and just die. And then I went home, was in the car with my mum going, oh, I'm really annoyed that I made that so rubbish, because I actually really liked the place and I really feel like I would have fitted in there. And then 2 weeks later, literally like the week before my birthday in October, I got a letter from them. Wait, let me find it. Here is my letter. I got this through the post. Dear Alice, I am pleased to inform I'm very dyslexic, sorry. I am pleased to advise you that, as a result of your audition, both myself and the audition panel are delighted to offer you a place on our BA Hons in professional dance and musical theatre programme. Louis Diabro. That is not how you say it, but you know what I mean. So I got in on the degree BA Hons. I think we all need to take a moment to appreciate how I pulled that off with such a show. How did I get away with that one then? I don't even know. So yeah, that's my experience of Bird. I don't know how I got in. I feel like I've conned them. I'm gonna turn up on the first day and they're gonna be like, "Are you sure you got in?" And I'm just gonna have to present them with this letter and be like, "Yeah." I wouldn't say do what I do, but to be fair, it works, so maybe you should. So yeah, that was my Bird audition for 2019/2020. I hope it helped you, or just gave you a bit of a laugh. It's not exactly the most informative one you've ever... There's probably some other YouTubers that you should probably actually watch for probably a more serious recollection of their time. But that's what happened with me, and I'm not joking with any of the stuff that I did. That really did happen. I'm not proud of it, but it did happen. I guess, look at me trying to be a YouTuber. Like and subscribe for more, and wait for the next audition experience that I had, because I'm thinking of doing a series of it. Bye.